So, Oscar, the obvious question is, obviously you had that moment in Singapore. How did the talks go with Lando, with Andrea? Has anything changed? Have the rules changed? Is there any outcome to what happened?
I think that the talks from Singapore were very productive with everyone involved. I think the conclusion was what happened in Singapore is not how we want to go racing as a team, and ultimately Lando's taken responsibility for that. So that's in the past now, and the rules won't change because of that. I think ultimately we've got that framework in place for a reason, and that there's no reason for that to change now. So it's been dealt with, and now looking forward to the future.
Great stuff. Thanks, Oscar.
Thanks.
Hello, Oscar. Normally the fight will be between you and your teammate. We never know with Max, but normally speaking, you have been always so strong, mentally speaking, very impressive. But you are only 23, a human being. So I was wondering, when you realized that you can or could be world champion, does that thinking had you a little bit more pressure, a little bit more difficult to manage or not?
I think yes, in some ways. When you're in a fight for a championship, it ultimately puts your kind of processes and strength to the test. There's definitely been points this season that has been put to the test, and I think ultimately I feel like I've grown even stronger through those challenges. So I'd like to think that it was one of my strengths anyway, but I feel like I'm in a really good place. Definitely been put to the test, like I said, but I feel like I've only grown stronger because of that.
Hello. I would just follow up on this because I was wondering, how are you working with your closest team to handle that pressure, and also maybe to kind of turn this pressure into performance, because you have Mark Webber also in your team who's got lots of experience about it. There's a lot of advice from various different angles within my team, which is always nice, and I think trying to use that pressure or nervousness in a good way is obviously the most important thing, because it's going to be there. Ultimately, if you're fighting for something meaningful or achieving success, there's going to be pressure whether you like it or not, and it's kind of up to how you deal with that is what's important about it. So different perspectives from Mark and other people, which is all very helpful.
After the incident in Singapore, you said on the team's radio that the team kind of should do something. What exactly have you expected them to do, or what have you hoped for? And if this happens now here in Austin, what will then happen?
I think no situation or no two situations are going to be exactly the same. So I think trying to have a kind of ready-to-go punishment is very, very difficult to implement. Ultimately, I think we're going to try and go racing as best as we can within, kind of what we think is acceptable as a team. So that's really all we can try and do. But I think in the race, ultimately, I wasn't that happy with what happened. Ultimately, the team has decided that they weren't, that wasn't an acceptable lap one. And we've dealt with it.
Lando, great to see you. Saw the celebrations back at the factory. That must have been cool to celebrate with the team. How did they go? And then also, obviously, the debrief on the race and how that all panned out. How did that go?
No, it was good. I mean, it's another Constructors' Championship, so it's been an amazing week for the team. It's a big moment. I think it's just easy to brush over it quite quickly because it's just done so early. And it's just a very different feeling in some ways to last year, where it was kind of fun race, end of season. You could just let loose a little bit more, but we know we still have a lot of work to do. So it's a good celebration, a nice moment to cherish everything that we've achieved this year, an incredible amount. Otherwise, debrief same as always. So we review everything, we see what we can do better as a team, and obviously I review my things and see what I can do better as an individual too. So otherwise, plenty of things to always improve on.
Exciting battle for the championship. Normally speaking, we never know with Max, but it will be between you and Oscar. What will be or could be the key point, do you think, in this battle?
I don't know, just consistency, I guess, for me. After Zandvoort, I was a long way behind, and I just had some nice, consistent results to get a bit closer. I'm still quite a long way away, but I don't know. I don't think there is one key at the minute. It's just finishing the races and consistently being in good points finishes. That's the main thing.
Good luck.
Hello. So as you just mentioned Zandvoort, from the outside view, it seemed that your approach of going into races has changed a bit since the DNF in Zandvoort. Are you more risky, more aggressive in going into races?
No, I wouldn't say so. It's easy to have that assumption if you just look at Singapore, which you're probably doing, but no, I wouldn't say so. I mean, even more since then, I need to make sure I finish the races and avoid anything like Singapore happening, So I wouldn't say so. I mean, every race you try and adjust a little bit and those kind of things, but it's more I need to make the most of opportunities when they come my way.
Thank you.
And lots of opportunities to score points there are this weekend, with an extra race on the Saturday and then a Grand Prix. Big weekend. What people I think at home want to know is that are there any repercussions for the little bit of contact with Oscar in Singapore, and will it change any of the racing for the rest of the season, Lando?
I mean, of course, things are reviewed, and there are and will be repercussions for me till the end of the season. So it's not like I've got away with anything, but it was also an incident that let's say was small, and there was potential to try and avoid it. It's something I never want to. I said it back after the race. I can't afford to make contact and have anything happen like what happened, because I put just as much risk on my whole championship from something going wrong as I do on whoever I might be racing against. So of course repercussions, for myself, but otherwise, the engagement and how we go racing is the same as it's always been.
I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you what the repercussions are specifically, and is it going to hurt your chance of winning the World Championship?
From what I know, it's one question each. So thank you very much.
That's what I meant by I wouldn't be doing my job.
Well, it's one question each.
If I didn't ask.
Next question.
So maybe my colleagues can ask that.
Well, I think at the minute a lot of things rely upon qualifying and just giving myself a good chance from there. It's a trickier weekend because it's a sprint race, so just getting comfortable as quickly as possible in FP1 to set up a good weekend from that point. For a good sprint quali, a good sprint. That will lead to just good confidence into the main qualifying and a good race on Sunday. But no, I like the track. We were let's say we probably shouldn't have been on pole last year, but we were on pole, and it's a track I enjoy. So just go out and get some good confidence in the car, and the result will take care of itself.
George, win in Singapore and a new contract. It's been quite the couple of weeks for you. What can you tell us about the contract? How long is it, and how challenging were negotiations to this point?
Oh, it's a long one. I think about 52 pages roughly.
It's a very good answer, George. I think you know what I meant. How many years are we talking?
Yeah, definitely 2026. No. It's multi-year, obviously. Contract is a very sort of private and personal thing. So, of course, I'm not going to be showing what every single detail, but for me, looking into next year, there was a lot of things I wanted off track to get right to allow me to perform at my very best on track, and the truth is, if every single seat was available and I could choose any single seat to race for in 2026, I would choose to be with Mercedes. So I truly think that is the place that will give me the best chance of winning the World Championship next year. With everything I know now, we might turn out to be wrong, but with everything we know now, I'm feeling really happy with the deal we've done, confident with the team, and looking forward to moving onwards and upwards.
George, I'm assuming you've kept your options open when it comes to the future. after next year and seeing who's at the top of the pack. But when it comes to actually managing you and Toto and the contracts and how that all falls into place, you've said in the past, it wasn't a very easy union because you're negotiating with your own manager.
Yeah.
So what have you done to try and resolve that going forward, and how is that going to play out in the future?
I mean, I'm not going to go into details on that, but I think for any team driver combination, a driver needs to be happy and feel that you sort of got the support of the team behind you to allow you to deliver your best. I think that goes, in any single industry. You look at football with the manager, player, or in F1 with the boss and the drivers, and vice versa. And we've got this common goal of winning and bringing Mercedes back on top. And Toto has been very generous with the proposal, and he didn't need to be. He could have, if he wanted, to have been much harsher, but he hasn't, because he recognised, he wants to reward me for the job I've done, and he wants to make sure that I'm in the best place possible for the upcoming year, and that's what he's done. So that's why I'm here with a smile on my face and excited for the future.
You dominate the Singapore Grand Prix, you hold off everybody else, you win brilliantly, and then everyone's asking why it's only a one-year contract. What's going on?
Is it?
Is it just a one-year contract? It's a multi-year. That's what the press release said. It was for 2026.
I don't know.
But you're saying it's for more than that.
I didn't say that. I just said, is it?
Well, you've signed it. I hope you know. But isn't the point about whatever contract lengths is that if it comes to next year and the Mercedes, you say you'd rather be in a Mercedes than anyone else next year, and they have a good car capable of winning the championship, if you then win the championship, then that makes it's all in your hands, is what I'm saying, basically.
I think it's always, for every driver, it's always in your hands. I mean, for me, I'm just very happy to be with Mercedes going into next year. It's the best. If I could stand here today and I could choose any single team to race with for 2026 and beyond, with the new regulations and with everything we know now, I would choose to be with Mercedes. And that isn't out of loyalty or what they've given me the chance or the faith in the past. That's because I believe my best chance of winning next year is with Mercedes. So I'm really happy about that and excited for the future.
3 of your 5 wins were in America. So if I give you an option, just one option between the US and the next round in Mexico City, which one do you prefer to win?
I mean, right now I'm thinking about this weekend here in Austin, but for me a win is, if you disregard, the one race I want to win is my home race. And then after that, it's, of course, you want to win the big one. Las Vegas was a really special one. Monaco is a special one, but every single race is special. When every race you win, it brings you these memories. So whether it's here or Mexico or wherever.
Any special memory for the Mexican Grand Prix?
I think probably my first year in Mexico on the drivers' parade, just going into the baseball arena, seeing all of the fans and the sort of festivities. It was a really incredible atmosphere. So Mexico is a place I really enjoy going to.
Charles, how are you feeling heading into these next final 6 races, knowing that obviously Singapore is a difficult weekend, you know that your rivals have taken a step ahead? What can you take from this weekend and for the next 6 to just help you guys?
I'm fully motivated. I mean, when things are not going our way, I think we're all fully motivated to try and turn the situation around. And surely we don't have any upgrades that where we might think, okay, we are going to do a significant step forward, but if we put everything together perfectly, especially on a weekend like this, like a sprint race, it can be an opportunity. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this weekend, trying to do everything perfect, and I hope we can be back on the podium, which it's been a long time.
Your last win and your last finish, 1-2 finish last year here in the Circuit of the Americas. Any chance to repeat this time?
I hope so. Realistically, I don't think that is realistic at the moment, but yeah, we will do everything in order to reproduce that, but more than just trying to reproduce that, which that won't lead us to victory. It's more about focusing on the small details and trying to make sure we do steps forward. At the moment, we are on the back foot compared to Mercedes, Red Bull or McLaren in terms of overall performance, but on a weekend like this, where there are less opportunity to change the setup and to fine-tune, there might be the opportunity to do something special, and we need to take that opportunity.
And how important will next year be, given that Nicholas Todd said that it's going to be a very hot driver market for 2027? So that's your future. He wants to put you in the best car possible. That's the job of a driver manager. But does a lot depend on next year as well?
I mean, I've made it very clear. My opinion is that I love the team, and I've always loved Ferrari, and I want to win again with Ferrari, and that doesn't really change. So, as everybody, whenever you are within a team, you've got to trust in the project to be able to give your best. And but I love Ferrari, and I've always been extremely grateful to them, and I want to win in red. So that is my main priority at the moment. And no matter what are the noises around us, we don't really focus on that. It's not nice to be reading all these things, but it's not something I really pay attention to too much. We've just got to focus on our job. Next year will be very important, of course, because it's a new era and we need to start it on the right foot. But I'm looking forward to it. I think there's a lot of opportunity in us doing a great job, and that will help a lot for the 4 years after.
Okay, thank you.
Congratulations, a brand new contract with Mercedes. What detail can you tell us about it? How happy are you? How confident are you to get this signed, sealed, delivered and look ahead to the future?
Yeah, I'm really happy to finally get the confirmation, and it's nice to see that the team is really trusting on me and really giving me their support. So, I think next year is going to be, completely different year with a lot of opportunities, and I'm gonna try to be ready and in order to drive at my best and to fulfill the expectation. But super happy with the new contract, and now I can drive even freer for the rest of the season.
Thanks, Kimi. Good luck this weekend.
Hello, Kimi. You have been extended. Very nice for everybody, for you also. What does that change for the future? And what's your target for the 6 races remaining?
Yeah, for sure, it's nice to get the confirmation for next year. Is always very exciting, and especially next year, new year, biggest change of regulation in Formula One. So a lot of opportunities, and so super excited. But now we still have 6 races to go, including this one. So it's going to be important to keep delivering strong results in order to get that P2 in the Constructor Championship.
Ciao. Just picking up on the strong results, have you identified what happened at the start that lost you a couple of places? Because maybe without that in Singapore you could have been on the podium.
Yeah, I think a lot of it was the dirty side of the track. I think looking at the plot, actually the only one who started better on the dirty side was Max. So it was a bit difficult. We knew already before the race itself, and also with the rain, that the left side was a bit more disadvantaged than the right side. The only thing I could have done probably better, for sure I could have started a bit better, but I think also my positioning going into turn 1 was not the best, because I still tried to hold on to Lando, still trying to go for the inside, but then I found myself squeezed, and Leclerc had a much better run on exit, so definitely the positioning was not the best. But other than that, it's obviously was a pity, but I think with a better qualifying probably would have been a different story.
Okay, good luck this week.
Thank you.
Ahead of a double debut in the US and Mexico City, the double header, any expectations for both races?
Well, as I'm trying to keep my expectations low. I think the goal is to focus on the basic, focusing on the process and trying to drive at my best in the car, trying to enjoy, and trying to deliver, to maximize the result. I think the main goal is to really stick to the process, focusing on that, and then the result will come by itself.
Alex, great to see you. Obviously, the last couple of races been a bit difficult. What's the kind of mindset heading into this race, given before that the season had been pretty incredible?
Yeah, I mean, it's just that. It's just a little blip. Had a little bit of misfortune. Can't even remember the last 2 races. That's kind of where my mindset's at. But yeah, just kind of hoping for a bit more of an easier, smoother weekend.
In terms of where the car is at and when you can get the most out of it, you should be comfortably fighting for top Q3 and top 10 this weekend again.
Yes, but maybe it's going to be harder. I think. I think this track on paper doesn't always suit us. Long corners, Spectre 1 especially. These kind of tracks we were already barely scraping through in Q3 earlier in the season before everyone else upgraded their cars. So it's going to be a little bit more of a tougher ask. But that's where the sprint race comes in. I think more opportunity. You've got to be on it a bit quicker. If your setup's good, that negates any kind of, lap time loss with the car, let's say. So I'm hopeful. I think we can do a good job.
Great stuff. Best luck this week.
Thank you.
Hi, Alex.
Hello.
Omar Alvarez from Sky Sports in Mexico. Are you ready for your third podium? Is the Circuit of the Americas a chance to think about it?
Yeah, I mean, that would be nice. I'm not sure if it's the one. I'm hoping it's the one, but there's no weird weather coming in, I don't think, this weekend. So it's going to be a difficult ask. But if you're going to have a podium, what a great race to have it at.
Do you, in a sense, Alex, need to get back on the bull this weekend after not scoring in the last couple of races?
No, I would say that's quite normal. Just we've had a very strong start to the year, strong middle and end. Tough one in Singapore, but obviously doesn't help by the disqualification. And then Baku, just had an issue. So it's a small blip. We'll be back on it for this weekend.
Yes, I mean, it wasn't your fault. The brakes caught fire in practice, and
also didn't help. But hoping for a smoother last 6 races, that's for sure.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, Ted. I actually would rather not have the radio broadcasted.
Yeah, that was what I'm wondering about. Because I can also imagine that for a driver, when you're talking with your engineer, and you've had some of those moments as well that we need to ask you about the radios post-race.
Exactly. It's like if it's a boring race, you hate coming to the TV pen because you know if you've been a little bit vocal.
Then we see one radio and then Alex,
literally, and I'm like, have you seen the race or have you just heard the radio message? It's good. I think it's interesting. You actually hear absolutely everything we say. So F1 TV is around now as well. You can listen to everything the driver has to say. Yeah, I've learned over the years, weirdly, in Formula 1 to stop pressing the radio button and just be a bit more selective when I use it.
Oh yeah.
For that reason.
Yeah. So you keep it in mind when you're in the car.
Yeah. Oh. Also, most of that is to not give the game away to other teams. But if I'm just shouting to shout, keep that to yourself.
I understand. Yeah. Do you have a favorite radio over the years?
Kimi Räikkönen steering wheel is a classic.
Gloves.
I like was it Rob Smedley with a Stay Cool, Felipe? That was a nice one. Stuck Between Your Legs, Seb. There's a few.
Give us a new favorite this weekend, Alex.
Thank you.
In Singapore, hurt power unit issue. Was it a bit risky to continue driving in fear of maybe allocations?
No, I was not damaging the engine, that's for sure. And that's why we kept going, and we were close from scoring a point, so we had to keep going.
Okay. Do you know exactly what the issue was?
No.
Okay.
We don't know.
Okay, well, as we look forward to Texas, what are your goals and what do you hope to accomplish here this weekend?
An Q3, double points. That would be that's my target this weekend.
First time in the Circuit of the Americas and your debut in Mexico City, the 2 rounds back to back. Your expectations for both tracks, please.
Yeah, it's a track where the car in the past has been working really well for the team. Both tracks, Mexico and Austin. So I think we made a step this year, so it should be a bit better. So I'm looking to be quite competitive.
Isack, with 6 races to go, who do you think will win the world title, in your opinion, and why?
At the start of the year, I thought Norris was going to win the title, so I stick with Lando, even though Oscar is, very, very, very good, and Max is also catching up at the moment. But I stick with Lando because that's what I thought at the start of the year, so I stand by.
So there is no favorite in your opinion right now?
No, I really think it's still going to be a McLaren driver, but I don't know. Both are always very, very close, and I don't have an opinion.
Grazie.
Thank you.
Are you looking forward to driving this car around here and having a more normal weekend where you can get back into the points to use that pace in the car?
Yeah, I mean, with no PU issue, I think we can easily score some points this weekend. We have 2 opportunities as well. So, yeah, I think it's a track that's going to suit us. High-speed corners, so, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. Singapore wasn't... You put away the frustrations of the weekend quite quickly. You haven't?
I didn't. Not until I'm in the car. I'm still to be honest with you.
Yeah, I know what you mean. On both days, there was an opportunity you missed.
It's okay.
Okay, we'll get onto it tomorrow. There's plenty of running. Thank you.
When you look back at this season, do you tick off the boxes that you wanted to tick off on the beginning of the season, and how would you rate your own performance?
I would say so. I think I haven't been very shy this year on trying stuff I wanted to try. Taking a lot of risk in my approach. Sometimes it didn't pay off, sometimes it paid off big time. So honestly, I have no regrets. So yeah, actually I'm very proud of this season so far.
Great to see you, Nico. Obviously up and down weekend last time out in Singapore, but I know how much you love this place coming back to COTA. Just how excited are you about the prospect of hopefully getting your season back on track here?
Yeah, obviously a new weekend, new chances, new opportunities. So look forward to it. One of my favorite places to race on. Amazing track, town, and the energy here around COTA is just incredible. So look forward to get out there this weekend. Obviously it's a sprint. It's been a while since we had one, but yeah, ready to go, I would say.
Are you ready for your second podium of your career here in the United States?
Yeah, that would be very nice. I think it would be one of the best ones to do it at. We're always pushing, we're always trying, for the best. It's always about maximizing, the opportunity and your potential. Challenging weekends, always, but on top of it is a sprint. So, we go through the motions. Hopefully the car likes the track, and hopefully we're fast enough.
Any special memory of Mexican
many.
Grand Prix?
I mean, Austin is the mother of all the US races. First race was in 2012. I was here. I think I missed some, in 21, maybe 22. Otherwise, I've done every race here so far that Formula One has raced, and it's just a place that I really enjoy being at. I think it's it's unique, it's different, it's special. So just looking forward to get out there and to live the weekend.
What are the prospects of a good weekend for the team and for you this weekend?
Don't know. We'll find out tomorrow once we hit the track and do a few laps, see how the car goes. It's obviously quite a quick track. Mm-hmm. Actually, it's a bit of everything: low speed, medium, high speed. But I think we are where we are in the midfield. It can be either way. It's a matter of 1-2 always, and you're either at the front or at the back. Obviously, we're trying to make sure we're on the right side of it, and all to play for this weekend.
In terms of teammates racing them each other, when they come together and you have a hit, is that just part of the thing of motor racing, or is it really up to teams to try and engineer it? Well, I'm not a racing driver, so I really can't relate to it.
You're Ted Kravitz with so much F1 experience.
Happily, you are a racing driver. No, I have no opinions. I'm asking, you're one of the best and most versatile racing drivers in Formula One. One also with the longest history in motorsport and know what it takes to win races and championships. And I'm interested in your view.
I think, it depends always on the situation. Every situation is different. Every track is different. Lap 1, I think, it's very easy to happen. And, what happened in Singapore was... I think Lando crossed in Max's dirty air, lost the grip for a split second, then you have a snap. So it's hard to control these kind of things, and it happens so quickly. I think there was nothing intentional there, and whilst obviously you never want to touch your teammate, it can happen, but that's that.
So one of those things, they should leave well alone.
It's not for me to judge, for me to say, but I didn't look terrible.
Carlos, great to see you. You can see that you're building some real momentum at the minute, from Baku and even that performance in Singapore. Just from a personal level, how good is that for you, for your confidence? Did you feel like it's unlocked something? Because I know you always would have believed you knew you could do it, but the results proved it.
Yeah, definitely. A podium in Baku helped. It's exactly what we needed, and confirming that with a good Sunday in Singapore was a good momentum builder. I think we just need to keep going in the same direction. I feel like every weekend I do with the team and with the car, we understand each other better, and for me it's just a matter of keep executing clean weekends. Obviously in Singapore we had a poor qualifying and a poor disqualification, let's say, but on Sunday we managed to bounce back, which is also an important statistic, to be able to bounce back well from bad moments, and I think as a team we bounced back really well on Sunday.
And in theory, should you be strong around here, do you think?
In theory, I think looking at the past, even though I don't understand why, it's like a bit like Zandvoort. Like on paper it shouldn't be a good track, but then it turns out to be a good track for the team and the car. I think we will be on the top 10, fighting in the top 10. Not as quick as Baku for sure, but yes, somewhere in the mix.
Do you believe teammates in Formula One teams should be able to fight openly for championships, or do you think inevitably there has to be some control from the pit wall?
I think it depends on the domination of the team. I think in the Mercedes years was a perfect example of them being so dominating that they could afford to fight each other a bit more. I think whenever their championship can go away to a different team, a different driver, you need to respect that and be a bit more careful. Okay. I think even if the teams don't say that, the driver's championship is something that a team wants.
Especially when the other driver is Max Verstappen.
It doesn't matter who the other driver is. If the other driver is called Pepe or Pepito, it doesn't matter. Yeah. If a championship can go for the team and the driver, and you have two drivers fighting for it, and there's one guy that can take it, doesn't matter if it's Carlos Sainz, Max Verstappen, or Charles Leclerc, you won the championship for your two drivers, so you want to keep them relatively under control.
Okay. They say every weekend, every day is a school day. And was Singapore kind of a microcosm of that? Because, there's obviously a disqualification, which is unfortunate, but, you all this work, and then you still managed to get a point out of it, was kind of rewarding. And though you can have a setback on one day and then still come back with points on the next.
Yeah, I think the statistic of having a good bounce back day is important in this sport, and as an athlete you take gratification from having good bounce backs, and we had a very strong bounce back on Sunday in Singapore after a difficult Saturday, and that shows good resilience, good momentum from the team and myself, and it's another good news after the podium of Baku.
Lance, it's a sprint weekend, of course. That means fewer practice sessions to tune the car in. Of course, more opportunities to score points. When you're in a tight constructors battle like Aston are, is that a good thing, a sprint weekend at this point? Would you rather have those practice sessions? Where are we with the sprint this weekend?
I think it's opportunity. It's a weekend that everything is a bit more intense, and there's less time to get in the rhythm and get the setup of the car figured out. So it's a challenge for the team, the drivers. I like coming back here. So.
And what can we expect from Aston this weekend? I think it feels to me, looking from the outside in, that particularly with the midfield, it's sometimes difficult to know where teams are going to shake out from one race to the next. Is that the same for you? Do you know what you guys are going to be looking for this weekend, whether it's aiming for points, more than that? Where are you, do you think, this weekend?
I don't know. We'll see. I think it's very tight in the midfield. It really depends track to track who has the upper hand, so we'll see.
And this weekend, I think particularly more so than last year in Austin, it's hot. It's going to be hot all weekend. Obviously gets really hot out there on the circuit with a big wide circuit. Is that going to play into your advantage this weekend, the weather conditions? Is that going to change anything for you this weekend?
I don't know. I mean, it's always going to be more challenging with the tire degradation and managing that in the race when the temperatures go up. So we'll see how we do.
Does it ever work with teammates, trying to be sort of told what to do by the pit wall, or once the visor's down you just go for it?
It's a tricky one, I think. When we're in the car and we're racing, it's you're just trying to kind of be in the best position you can and And yeah, it's tough to play the team game sometimes, but I don't really follow what's going on at the front, so I don't know what they're talking about. But yeah, I think it's for sure it's tricky when you're fighting for the championship, and then at the same time, you know, you're trying to play the team game. I think it's a tough position to be in for sure.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
So if we look at the last 12 months, Texas was where you became a contracted VCARB driver. How do you reflect on the last year?
Yeah, it's been a crazy year. It's hard to reflect on it, honestly, and I think it's not something I've really had the time to properly reflect on. Maybe I will at the end of the year. But I think the sport moves so fast, to be honest, that you just roll with it. And I think at this point now, I couldn't even remember everything that's happened in detail. I'd have to actually go over it. So I think just happy to be here. Obviously, it's an exciting race, one that I enjoyed last year, and I'm happy to be back.
Yeah. Well, this year we've been able to see you adapt and survive. So here in Texas, what are, on a personal level, some of the things that you want to accomplish?
I mean, points. We're trying to score points this weekend, and that's what the main target is. So, yeah, that's what it's very, very close at the moment, so we need to extract everything that we can, but points are the target.
How would you rate your own performances with that in mind from the last couple of months?
You can always reflect on a season, on anything, honestly, and hindsight's great. You can look at things, and for sure there'll be a lot that I learned from this year, but I think it's been overall, especially the second half, has been quite strong. Obviously we had a tough weekend in Singapore, but you know, outside of that, across the board, it's been quite good recently. The car's been very fast. We've made changes sort of midway through the season that helped me get a lot more comfortable as well, so it's been good.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Should the car be quite good here, the way it is, nice and drivable?
I think so. We think it should be. It was good here last year. Yeah. We found some big steps during the weekend last year, and then this year we've just found a lot more. So obviously everybody else has as well, so we don't know how we stack up, but we think it should suit our car.
With the 6 races to go, who do you think will win the world title, in your opinion, and why?
The drivers?
Yes, obviously.
They
have already closed the other chapter.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, what am I talking about? They have. It's very hard to say. I think I have more experience, obviously, with Oscar in the past, and I think he's somebody he's very level-headed through the highs and the lows, which I think is most important in this sport. We experience so much of it that I think it makes a big difference. I think it's what's put him in very good shape in recent championships and junior categories, and I think it gives him a really good shot. This year he's been very, very fast as well, so but it's very hard to say, honestly. I have no idea.
Because it's too early? Or for other
Because
reasons?
it's Formula One and things just change, you know. How much is this points gap at the moment?
22 between Oscar and Lando, 63 between Oscar and Max.
If Max keeps the form that he's had, there's no reason why he won't come back, honestly. But I think, I think he'd need to win every single race, and I think, it's very hard to say. I have no idea.
Okay. Esteban, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Good, nice. Yeah. Nice to see you. A home country race for Haas. What are the emotions like within the team?
Yeah, great. I mean, the spirits are high. Everyone is looking forward to be racing on home soil. Obviously, it's a big weekend. It's a sprint event. There's a lot of racing going on, but ready to go and looking forward to drive on this beautiful track.
Yeah, and speaking of the sprint weekend, if we take a look back, the last sprint round was all the way back in July in Belgium, and you finished 5th. So what's the strategy for this weekend here in Texas?
It was a good memories. Obviously, Spa, it worked well for us. The last sprint event. The aim is going to be to try and maximize, the potential of the car. We got an upgrade here, so it's going to be quite busy for us to try and understand how it works and how to best use it around this track. So yeah, the aim is to have a smooth weekend and hopefully get the maximum out of the car, and that's the point. So we hope so.
Can you speak to what the upgrade is?
Yeah, we have quite a few changes on the car. I mean, they will be stated, but it's quite a lot of bodywork stuff. And yeah, I mean, it's a very good push from the team, and proud of them to have managed to bring something that late into the year.
Is this the best US track that we go to?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, there are cool tracks on their own. Las Vegas and Miami. They have their particularity. But yeah, this track obviously is the most technical one. It's probably the best to race on as well. Just looking at the layout, not speaking about everything else on the outside, but yeah, it's one of these proper tracks that's really, really fun to take on, especially the first sector. That's the place where I enjoy the most.
Okay, thank you.
Are you ready for your first podium in North America? And also, I wanna, if you have any memory, special memory for the next round in Mexico City?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pushing every race to try and get these type of results for sure. An opportunity needs to present itself for us. But it's always what we are targeting, of course. I mean, Mexico, the first time I've been there was 2017 as the best result. I remember I was third for a very long time, so I was quite close to get a podium there. But yeah, unfortunately it slipped away and finished fifth. So we'll see what we can do this year, but it's always an awesome race. Mexico has a lot of passion for racing, and that's beautiful.
Congrats on securing a long-term contract. That's
Thank
excellent.
you, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's giving you hope for the future?
Well, I think we know the situation we're in this year is based on some strategical decisions we made earlier this year. So we stopped developing the car very early on to focus on 2026. I think it's we all know it's going to be a huge change, which is going to bring big opportunities as well. And for us as a team, it's important we start from the right foot. So we're getting a lot of good people in the factory. I have a lot of belief in our technical staff, and obviously this year is being tough for the reasons we know and I've just mentioned. But I think everything we're doing for next year is going to put us in a much stronger position.
Right on. And seeing as this year's been a little bit tricky for you, you're looking for a breakthrough here in COTA. So what are your personal goals?
Well, I think I'm a realistic guy. I know it's not going to change with being pretty much the slowest car on the grid at the moment for the last couple of weekends. So I think this track should suit us a bit better, but we can't expect a massive change. So I think at the minute we just want to focus on ourselves, getting the maximum out of the car, and we'll see where it puts us.
Just interested in a lot of drivers' viewpoints about what's happening in the championship and interference, if you want to call that, management from the pit wall amongst drivers. Is it understandable when you've got another guy in a different team and they want to try and wrap up a drivers' championship? Obviously, McLaren have already wrapped up the constructors. Or would you rather, as a driver, that they just let you at it?
I think it's fair, as long as the constructor is not sealed, that the team's taking all the precautions necessary. But I think from this point on, I think we'll all be happy to see them race freely with each other. So we're talking about a world championship. You want it to be decided in the cockpits and on the racetrack without really any directions from let's say anything external. So yeah, hopefully that's what we're going to see. But everybody's got their view on it. I think from a driver point of view, you always want to race free, and yeah, that's what I wish for both of them.
Any chance to get some more points here in the US? And I would like to know if you can tell me a difference between this track and the next round in Mexico City. Which one do you prefer?
I want to tell you that nothing's impossible, but it will be hard. That's for sure. I mean, we know in terms of competitiveness, we're at the back of the grid. So hopefully this track will suit us a bit better, but I don't expect us to suddenly beat 3 or 4 other cars very easily. But you never know what can happen. It's racing, so for sure we'll give our best try. And yeah, I mean, this track is very high speed. I love the first part of the track. All these 6-7 gears corners. I mean, inside these F1 cars, they're absolutely amazing to feel the limit of these cars at such speeds. I think Mexico, being in altitude, you have a lot less grip, more sliding, slightly lower corner speed, which is a different challenge, but one that I like as well.
I think Singapore was the race weekend I think struggled with, especially in the short run, I would say, but also...
Bless you.
Thank you.
Have you been near the horses?
Yeah.
It's like both.
What do you say? Yes. And I think didn't get probably lucky with some red flags in FP1 to FP3 that compromise a little bit in FP3 normally to focus on short run, but you have to still do long run, and I think that a little bit compromised a little bit. But especially in the situation that you want to build the confidence with this LB21, and also each track feels like a new track. Is even though you have a lot of experience with the new car. So, but yeah, also something that I can learn from that race weekend, especially the short run prep in outlap. I think what I could have done better, but also, yeah, I think it's always it's tough that you're not able to perform as you wanted in short run, but it's part of the journey to be better in the future, and that's what I'm working on hard last 2 races, and at least knowing that you're able to have now decent, I would say, long run pace. It helps my kind of mentality. Now I can focus more towards short run, even though still have to, yeah. So good.
Do you have only one fastest lap in your career here in the United States in the Circuit of the Americas? Any chances to get another one with the Team A of the organization by any chance?
Yeah, I have fastest lap in the race. It's a track that I like, and it's spring qualifying race that you don't have much time for practicing the track, everything, but having this kind of good confidence with the track, but just that's positive. And what I have to do is to build a understanding about this car, and just put it all together, combining with short run and long run, which I'm working on hard.
Tell us how you're thinking about the weekend. Did you ran Singapore with the lower downforce front wing, the old one? I think Max had the one with the extra big kind of bits on the flaps at the beginning. I don't know what the technical term is. Did you try that? I don't think you tried it at any point.
No, I didn't try it.
Do you want to try that? Is there one available for you?
Yeah, definitely. Especially that seems like it will improve, especially in that the track that you want to have rotation, and exactly what I was missing in the short run in qualifying in the Singapore. So I'm sure that area, that front wing for sure will help. But I'm not sure what exactly the numbers in terms of differences, but shouldn't be that huge, but something that I wanted to have, to add some more rotation in the car, which I was almost maxed out with those tools. But I think I'm just gonna give the best with the things I have, and I think I'm still enjoying the progress, and I think there are a lot of room that I can improve for myself as driving and confidence in the car. So I think that's a priority.